Hey, how's everybody doing today? This is Brennan Hudson from Florida Stuffed. Welcome back to YouTube. Hope everyone's doing good. Today is April 9th of 2018. I just got back from Miami, as some of you know. Feel free to review all the restaurants I visited in Miami and all the others at floridastuff.wordpress.com. Today, real quick, I'm going to kind of recap that trip and also discuss another important topic that I think bears a little discussion. Real quick, I visited three restaurants. Two were in Miami, and I was actually able to squeak in some time to Pompano Beach, Florida. It was my first time visiting a restaurant out of there. Had a good time overall. The first restaurant I visited was MLK restaurant that was located on 62nd Street, right near downtown Miami, right off of I-95, I think it was. There's so many highways that get confused down there. The restaurant actually was a Florida Stuff first. It is a restaurant that I cannot, and I'm willing to say that it's not a place I will go back to. Can't recommend it, won't recommend it, and I'm sorry to say that I rarely do that to this extreme on Florida Stuffed, but essentially, this is a problem that's inherent in most of the soul food restaurants that I've visited. I don't know what's going on with you guys that run soul food restaurants. I'm not a fan to begin with, but and the thing is, the service is probably a core problem that I experience at these restaurants. Essentially, the food was not up to par with me. I found food temperature to be questionable, not good enough for me. And on top of that, I was left waiting over 40 minutes for my food order, which I find that completely unacceptable. You got to do better on that. My server didn't seem to take any interest in how I was sitting there for so long until maybe 20, 25 minutes later, given really no real explanation as to what happened to my order other than uttering the cook said the waffle maker was down. Folks, I understand that restaurants get busy and everything, but I'm not a group of people. I'm only one person. And that being said, I don't like the wait times to be more than 20 minutes, despite the type of restaurant. I'm usually by myself, and I understand that I'm not a resident of 62nd Street or that general neighborhood. So, it's just like I kind of felt like I'm not getting the same level of preferential treatment. Another issue I had with the restaurant was, aside from not being greeted for at least 10 to 15 minutes after I entered, I'm greeted really outside by an old lady that's asking me for money, and the same woman asked me for money on my way out. Folks, I'm not dealing with that today. I had some colorful words for the lady outside after I had left. Between my bad experience at the restaurant and the heat and the drive, yeah, I was kind of done at that point. I'm not going to repeat what I said. This is going to be a family friendly channel. But I'm telling you right now, I was just not happy with it. Um, Between the wait time, I didn't get the drink I ordered right away. My server gave me water when I asked for lemonade. She didn't realize what had happened until 10 minutes later, and I was about to tell her to keep it at that point because the lemonade was just awful anyway. I was still charged full price for my meal, and I was not able to reach management. They never came out when I asked for them. I didn't even tell the staff why I wanted to see a manager, and they still didn't come out. So, I just can't recommend the restaurant. It was a packed restaurant. Obviously, it's popular to the natives, the locals, but for me, it's just not going to happen again. I thought that the experience was poor, and I actually felt like it just frankly pissed me off. I can't say it any other way. It just that may not sound professional, but it's being honest. And I thought the food could have been a whole lot better as far as consistency. The chicken was rough to eat. I supposedly ordered grilled chicken and waffles. Folks, that just didn't work out. The chicken was hard to eat, and at the same time, usually at most soul food restaurants, if you get some form of chicken and waffles, it's mostly the toppings, the chicken or whatever served on top of the waffle. I didn't get the waffle until maybe 5 or 6 minutes after I got the chicken and some scrambled eggs on a separate plate. So, MLK, you really let me down on this, and I'm just not going to recommend it. And I'm sorry about that, but hey, I got to be honest. You guys didn't meet up, to expectation, and not only did you waste my money, it was also an extreme waste of my time as well. So, that's that. Don't plan on seeing me in there again. Moving on, I went to another place called El Mago de los Fritas. Had a very good time at this place. I actually had to take some time to unwind from the first restaurant. It was almost 2 o'clock, but I got home from or got to the hotel from MLK, and I didn't leave the hotel room until almost 6 o'clock. So it was just hot. I was just, the drive wasn't that great, but I found El Mago. It was a Cuban restaurant. Cuban people always take care of me no matter what restaurant I'm in. And it was a really good take on Cuban hamburgers. That was actually really good. I wasn't expecting that. All the orders were made to order fresh. I had a chance to talk with one of the owners of the restaurant, very nice lady. My server was great. They were very attentive, and I was greeted upon entry into the restaurant, and my server was very attentive as well. So had a much better experience there. And yesterday, I actually stopped in Pompano Beach on my way back to Orlando from Miami. Pompano Beach is kind of between Fort Lauderdale and Miami, I guess, if you're heading northbound on I-95. Small place, but had a great time. I went to another place there called Denise's Kitchen. Had a great time, great service, great prices. I had something called the Key West omelet. I'm not a big omelet guy. I love eggs to death, but omelets, they usually have some type of cheese, American cheese or cheddar. I'm not a big cheese guy. I think mozzarella is the only thing I eat when it comes to cheese. Strange fact about me, but cheese has just always been kind of weird. But this omelet actually had mozzarella cheese in it, so I was already sold. And it had codfish, shrimp, and crab meat in it. And it was topped with a different type of sauce that was actually really good. It was a hollandaise sauce, I think it was. And it was actually really good. And the hollandaise sauce didn't take away from the taste of the seafood either. And I was actually not expecting that. It was really good. And I was in luck because my server told me that it was an item that's only available on the weekends. So I got really lucky there. I definitely recommend the place. Miss Tina did a great job. I got to give her a personal shout out. She took care of me and almost everyone that was sitting at the counter. It's a fair sized restaurant, but it was very busy and they took care of me and I thought it was good. That's the type of place where I say, hey, I was happy and I'll come back. So I think out of these restaurants, 2 out of 3 were great. MLK, we can botch that one. And people have always asked me about bad restaurant reviews and things like that. I'm going to feature them regardless, and I'm going to talk about them regardless. Just because I had a bad experience doesn't mean they're not going to be on there at all, but it's not going to be good press. And word of mouth is a powerful thing. So, I always tell people that's my experience. You may have a better experience, or you may have had a better experience, if you've been there beforehand. So I thought all along it was good. I plan on being back in Miami probably in the next month or two, hopefully. Next month will be devoted mostly to Tallahassee. I plan on returning to that area. But, I appreciate Miami hosting me. I look forward to seeing you guys again. And at the same time, I'm going to be addressing in an upcoming video about, some questions that people ask, including my beef with certain types of restaurants. Like I mentioned, Soul Food and a couple other places that just never seem to win my attention. They never seem to win me over. And I don't like to be left leaving a restaurant thinking, oh, this is something I could have made at home. I don't want to feel like that when I leave a restaurant. I feel like on this particular trip, that one restaurant did it to me. And it takes a lot to get under my skin, and that place did it quite effortlessly. But the other 2 restaurants, Magos de los Fritas and also Denise's Kitchen, both of them were great. Definitely recommend both. Had a great time. So, guys, thanks for hearing me out today. Hope you guys are doing good. Feel free to continue following me here on YouTube. And as always, feel free to look up the other reviews at floridastuffed.wordpress.com. And also be sure to follow Florida Stuffed on LinkedIn, Facebook, Pinterest, Google Maps, and Yelp as well. So I hope you guys are doing good, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.